What's going on YouTube? And I feel like I had to make a video on this because Sun Tzu is officially in Rise of Kingdoms. Tzu Prime, my apologies, Tzu Prime is officially in Rise of Kingdoms. And as you guys do know, I do plan on upgrading and expertising Sun Tzu, but I'll get to that in a little bit later and partially why I'm not doing it this KVK. But yeah, Sun Tzu's officially in the game. I heard that they tweaked some of his wording and his abilities. It all looks very similar to me. 3000 single target damage with an AoE based on how much damage you deal is up 20%. And then with his expertise, it goes all the way up to 30% right here. Now this is a 2-target AoE, so you can hit 2 targets at the same time. Not crazy, but alongside the single target is a 3-target AoE. Honestly, Sun Tzu's original skill is probably better than this. Obviously, the damage factor is much lower, but this skill is crazy good, and this skill a little bit disappointing in my opinion. I was really hoping if they added Tzu Prime into the game, he would be a full-on AoE commander on the level of Bai Chi or stronger, but as I see it right now, Sun Tzu, single target, he's going to be good, but he's not going to be crazy. Obviously, he gets a boatload of stats. This is really good. 20% health is awesome. 25% march speed is awesome. 30% attack. I mean, there's not a lot of infantry commanders that gives you 25% march speed. Lucia gives you 20. Bai Chi gives you 20. I think the only one with higher that I know of is Alex the Great. Now, obviously, I don't want to look through all the infantry commanders to fact check that, but that is a good amount of march speed right there. This is a really nice feature. 10% damage, 10% damage bonus to smite. You also have a trigger of the smite damage factor, which is very good. 50% chance is really good and can be triggered one time every 3 seconds. If it's a field troop, so it's basically guaranteed to happen after you cast your ability. You also gain rage, get damage reduction, and this has up to 100% probability of happening. This is an important skill to get. This effect can also stack up to 5 times, which is pretty crazy. And Sun Tzu is going to be pretty tanky from this. Damage reduction obviously came from his previous skill where he gets 10% damage reduction. But yeah, Sun Tzu, I think he did the previous version justice. They put him on some steroids. If you could look at earlier, he's a kind of a twig here, and then he became jacked. His hair got brown. He doesn't really look like Sun Tzu right now, but looking at his expertise skill, this is where this third skill will come into effect. You don't even need to level up the third skill, you just need to unlock it. Military Sage, the AoE effect triggers once you deal extra smite damage. So this skill works in synergy with that. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He's in the game. There's a couple events going on. Obviously, there's a battle pass. I bought the first tier of it. You could buy more, but I think it gets less and less value the more you buy. The first tier is really good value. 20 gold heads for $5 is really good value. We also got Leaping Dragons, which is just a profile picture. We got Weathered Brilliance, which is pretty fun event. This 6th level was really annoying, but I did end up beating it. It took me a lot of time to beat it though. But yeah, once you complete these quests, you'll get a varying amount of rewards, and these rewards will actually be used in the next event I'm about to show you, which is the Weathering Insight. Sorry, my bad. Skill Stratagems. Skill Stratagems is where you use these things. I went ahead and bought all 10 Sun Tzu heads, and then I'll be buying the materials next. Now, you might be wondering, how do you get more of these? You get them from the Weathered Insight event, where if you defeat a barb troop, you'll be able to open it and get a random fragment. I would recommend getting all 41 of these completed. I mean, it is basically a free legendary material, 10 gold heads. It's a good event. Obviously a good amount of speed ups here as well. I would get all of these done. It's gonna be a decent amount of barbing, especially if you're not in KVK, which kind of sucks, but definitely worth your time. And I think that's all of the new Sun Tzu events, unless I missed any. We also got the Commander Reset event, the Rites of Renewal. It lasts until March 6th, and this is the reason why I'm not getting Sun Tzu this KVK, the Rites of Renewal. And you might be wondering, yo, what does that mean? Well, my Kingsland happens on the 31st, and this Rites of Renewal does line up with More Than Gems, according to Rise of Kingdoms. This was an official post by them. On the weekend of the 31st, there will be a More Than Gems. Actually, does that mean I can use Sun Tzu for KV or Kingsland? I think it does, because I will be able to reset during More Than Gems, and then I'll be able to use them. But yeah, as you guys know, I am resetting Alex the Great, and I'll be getting 666 gold heads back for 66,000 gems. It is quite a lot of gems, and I do think it's worth it, and I will be doing this during the More Than Gems, so I can complete the More Than Gems and get additional gold heads on top of that. Now, you might be wondering, yo, after you reset, what is going to be your lineup? What are you going to be doing? Well, here's what's going to happen. Resetting Alex, and then we're going to run Bai Chi alongside Sun Tzu. I think Sun Tzu is the primary there. Sun Tzu, Bai Chi, and then we're going to rock Luce Philip. Yeah, I decided on going into Philip second. So Philip the second, he's an okay commander. I do think he will get more value than what he's showing. I mean, when I start making a secondary Cav march, he can also be used for that. So depending on the Cav release in the future or the next infantry release, Philip will still be really good and in my 5 march lineup. So he gets active for more than a year. He's also in dailies, and you might be wondering why I'm forcing an infantry march, and that's because of the gear. So right now I'm already working on iron, but for the gear set for my infantry, let me show you my current gear set. I run the 4-piece set. If I wanted to make a secondary infantry gear set, I can make a full gear set only using one of the same blueprints. It would be KVK helmet weapon, hope cloak, sacred grips, and leadership pants and boots. The only consistent thing to this is the hope cloak. So having 2 gear sets with completely different blueprints is very, very nice. Another reason is I already have a lot of good infantry armaments. I actually did some rerolling yesterday off camera. Maybe I go into that on a different video. This is all about Sun Tzu and my 4th march. But I have this nice double inscription on the top left that once I get Toppler, this will be on no one. So we could put this on another Smite march, probably be my Luce Philip, and hey, it'll be pretty good. Now, honestly, I don't know if Luce is a arch march. Do you want to run arch formation or do you want to run pincer? You're obviously pairing him with Philip, who does skill damage. It's a little bit a weird march, but I know it works good. People run it already, and hey, we're gonna try it out. And that'll be my 4 march lineup. Probably gonna go to 5 marches eventually, but that'll be way down the line. That also means that I won't be crafting accessories. It was my original plan to craft a Ring of Doom. Everyone knows that. I've been saving for it for my QSH march. Now the plan has changed. I'm going to be saving all my materials to craft another gear set. So we will craft a full infantry gear set. We'll get the leadership boots. We're currently 20 on the fragments here. We do have the egg event right now for them, and I could keep spinning it. I'm at 8 spins. It refreshes tomorrow, so I'll get to another 5. So I'll be at 29 blueprints. So I just need to get 1 blueprint out of these next 2. I'll keep re-rolling it until I get 1 blueprint if it takes that much. But we'll get the boots for it, and then it's just crafting the gear. And next KVK we'll have another march. Now this does mean I will be putting gold heads into my Philip after I expertise Bai Chi. I do think it's gonna be fine. I really want to get this 4th march for next KVK and be able to run 4 marches on the field. Maybe it's not worth it to force it because Philip is in the dailies, but I'm not close to that point yet. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys' thoughts are on Sun Tzu. I've seen some reports, he looks pretty good. Were you guys surprised on how good he was, how bad he was, how mid he was? Did you get any good reports with him? Are you fighting with him? I know there's a lot of KVKs going on right now. Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you guys for watching. Consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!